It's that time of the year when outstanding companies are recognized for their contribution to the advancement of the economy, sustainability, innovation. We are bringing to you the successful movers in various industries as we cover the 15th Asia CEO Awards 2024 with organizers Ms. Rebecca Bustamante and Richard Mills as they continue to open for business.
Asia CEO Awards is on our 15th year, and of course it's becoming bigger and bigger.
Fortune really does favor the Philippines. Very few economies grow as fast as Philippines and as sustainable as Philippines.
We are now open for business.
It is a signal to the world. We are open for business.
Tonight is the night for great business leaders. Indeed, fortune favors the Philippines as the prestigious 15th Asia CEO Awards 2024 recognize the movers and shakers of various industries in the Philippines with their impactful leadership. Indeed, it's a celebration of Filipino business excellence. It's going to be an inspiring evening, so stay with us as we bring you the happenings here, the 15th Asia CEO Awards 2024. You won the White NK's Governance Organization of the Year. And when we talk about this governance, we also talk about ESG, which is normally what people are now measuring, not only profitability. So in terms of this ESG policies po, what do you think are the factors that made you win this award po?
PUP is known in terms of service because PUP is a state university. So malaki yung aming papel with regard doon sa pag-educate doon sa mga estudyante. And aside from that, we are looking for the continuous improvement of our system because our clientele is the students, and we have the largest number of students in the Philippines.
That's how many as of now?
Right now, we have almost 92,000.
Wow.
And we are the largest in terms of population compared with other higher education institutions. Kami po ang may pinakamalaki.
Doctor, napakarami na pong mga pagbabago din pagdating sa edukasyon, lalo na noong pagpasok ng pandemic at saka ng internet na rin. You know, we observe the transformation and the revolution of education, and I'm sure with this, parang with the largest population that you have now, there's also some pressure in it. How do you manage to somehow update everything in terms of educational transformation?
Actually, during the height of the pandemic, it's a very challenging problem of the university. We're going to shift from face-to-face to online. So medyo mabigat yun sa part ng mga faculty and also the students, and maraming mga kailangang baguhin with regard dun sa existing teaching and learning modalities namin. But now, since ang PUP naman is the leading university na nag-offer ng distance education, so madali naman naming na-manage yun because we have the learning management system, so we can easily adapt doon sa changing ng needs ng educational landscape.
You won the award because you believe that you provide that excellent service to the students. Ano naman po yung mga challenges na na-experience niyo pagdating doon sa provision of services?
Ang sinali namin kasi dito is yung aming napaka-unique na program, which is the Education on Wheels. We converted the bus into a classroom And then our recipients are those students na hindi talaga nakakapag-aral. So our motto is bringing education at the doorsteps of those who cannot go to the school. So dinala namin yung bus doon mismo sa Smoky Mountain, Payatas at saka doon sa Tatalon para yung mga estudyanteng walang pamasahe going to school, kami na lang ang pumupunta.
Doctor, do you plan to expand that?
Yeah, we are planning to expand that, the program of Education on Wheels. In fact, one of the sponsors of this event, PwC, will donate a bus to PUP para doon sa pag-expand ng programa namin. So, probably hindi lang dito sa Metro Manila ang aming maging recipients ng programa namin, but we're planning also sa outside sa NCR. Primary target namin talaga ay hindi mga nakakapag-aral because despite the fact that free ang college ngayon sa mga state universities, pero the problem is yung day-to-day na gastos nila. So with that kind of project, we're hoping that we can transform the lives of this, gusto makatapos ng college at makapagtrabaho at makatulong sa pamilya at sa kabuuan sa ating ekonomiya.
Pero Doctor, intriguing din yun ng konti. Ano yun, may diploma din ba yun?
Yeah, there is. Actually, we are offering a 4-year degree course.
So the bus stays there for a certain period of time?
Yes. Kasama na yung faculty na magtuturo.
So that's practically the bus university.
Yes, something like that.
With this award, what does it mean to FINMA Corporation?
Well, I think we're on the right track and we're trying to do much more. While we, as I said, we're pretty pleased with what we've been able to do so far, there is so much more that needs to be done. There's still so much poverty in our country. And we truly believe that education is one of the main paths out of poverty.
Yes.
And that's why we've worked so hard. That's why these past 20 years we've built up this school system of ours so that now we have 164,000 students. But as I said in my speech, our goal is to have 1 million students in the next 10 to 12 years. And we're not just in the Philippines now, we're also in Indonesia. So I take this award as an encouragement to do more of what we're doing. Thank you.
Astounding. I love how you have a foresight of where you want to bring your company. Now, I've also heard in your speech you're very passionate about education. What sparked that fire for the education aside from the poverty in the Philippines?
You know, we've always been as a group committed to nation building. And if you want to build a nation, you really have to do something about our chief resource. And what is that? Our people. So we said to ourselves, if we really are serious about building this nation, we need to arm our people with the qualities and the competencies that they need to be able to perform productively and compete against the rest of the world. And there is no substitute for education to accomplish that. That's what it's all about.
I agree with really honing the people of the Philippines, right? Aside from education, what trait in a person should have in order to accelerate in life?
Well, education is the starting point because education is not just the formal studies. It's really this idea of critical thinking, the ability to express yourself, and the ability to cope with uncertainties, I guess. So it's really the broad idea of being an educated person in a broad sense, yes.
I love how you elaborated on that. Education is more than just the books. It's really how you look at life.
Absolutely correct. And beyond education, I now want to focus also on housing because so many of our people also do not have adequate housing. So what we've done in education, I'm hoping for us to be able to do in housing as well. So that's my next area that I want to really focus on. I'm only 80 years old after all.
No!
I've got a long way to go.
You're joking. Wow. As a citizen of the Philippines, you make me more proud, and thank you so much for caring about humanity in the Philippines.
Thank you.
Congratulations once again.
Thank you. My pleasure.
Probably one of the most exciting and the most prestigious award is this award. I was surprised. It's Entrepreneur of the Year. We, open for business. Our show really highlights entrepreneurs. Right. We want to really focus on startups and in helping them. And this time, we have about 1,000 people there, and you are the chosen one, or let's say the awarded one. What inspired you to expand your business having started small?
My inspiration basically is just, it always started from small things. Things that I want for myself and for my family and for my wife. It grew from there, from a team of 5 people to now over 850 people. It has grown organically. Yeah, my biggest motivation is actually just being able to help a lot of Filipino people.
As a startup, it's also hard. I'm sure you had a lot of headaches.
Definitely, for
You
sure.
had a lot of sleepless nights. So can you tell me what so far was your biggest challenge that you faced in growing the company?
With What's Your Flan, we are the founders of the home-based franchise platform. So basically, the whole business started online. So that was very difficult because we have to earn the trust of a lot of people, especially online. That's the biggest challenge. And of course, trying to be competitive when it comes to food and the pricing and all of that. So apart from that, we also need to make sure that our franchise partners can also enjoy the business as well.
Now that you won this award, I'm sure a lot of things will be coming your way. What are your plans? Are you planning for expansion? Are you planning for bigger areas maybe, or opening new branches?
When you say expansion, hindi naman po nawawala yan. It's a process of our daily business. But with this, I think it will motivate us more. It will motivate me more to speed up the process of our expansion. Do a lot of collaborations with a lot of business owners here.
If there is one thing or two things, that you can say why you won, what are those? Because the room is so full of people, and to be the entrepreneur of the year is really something. Ano ba yung meron ka na wala sila?
Siguro yung teamwork namin ng wife ko. I'm the COO, my wife is the CEO. She's a pastry chef who does all the recipe, and ako naman yung operation. So I think it's more of being, in line with what we do. Yung mind namin is almost the same when it comes to business. So I think that made it easier.
What do you feel about this award?
Thanks, Gia. First of all, I just want to thank the Asia CEO Awards for organizing this event annually. I'm receiving this on behalf of our hardworking and passionate 24,000 employees across the Philippines. Really, really, really proud with this award. This represents a lot of the hard work of our teams, and it really represents our passion for people ethos that we live by.
I've been around the Philippines here and there, and I noticed that the service in the customer service, specifically in the Philippines, has deteriorated through the years. How did you keep your company up there in terms of customer service?
I think we're hiring the right people. I think we're giving the right people the opportunity. Speaks well to how we train our teams. The leadership has played a big factor in guiding and helping our teams. I still firmly believe that the Filipino talent is world-class. The service that we provide is the best there is in the world, and our aim is to continue with that.
You've mentioned 24,000 employees. How do you keep it consistent? That's a lot of work, sir.
It is. We've been fortunate enough to have world-class leaders in our teams and very, very passionate teammates that help us achieve our goals.
Quality over quantity.
Absolutely.
One more question. What is the importance of service in business?
It means everything. Service in business means absolutely everything. The product that we offer the world is the quality of our service and the interactions of our teams. I think our growth and our achievements speak to what we try to strive for every day.
Asia CEO Awards is on our 15th year, and of course it's becoming bigger and bigger, and the expectation of everybody is stronger and stronger too.
You mentioned it's bigger and it's stronger. And over the years, have you observed an increasing number of nominees and attendees, or nominees for each of the categories? And what does this mean to this initiative?
It's big increase because so many submissions, even Circle of Excellence, it's already a big thing for them because it's a good marketing for their organization or either individual, for their career, and also CSR for the community. So it's very big impact for them. And for the nominees who did not make it to be the Circle of Excellence, of course, they're very disappointed, but they keep trying every year. That's why the nominations every year keep increasing.
Another interesting development, Miss Rebecca, is that we see a lot of awards these days. We are invited to numerous awards, but I think Asia CEO Awards is one of the strongest, the biggest, and most credible business awards in the country and also in Asia. So my question there is, what role do you believe awards programs like this play in promoting the high standards of business practice?
Basically doing the right thing. What's so nice about this is all the nominations, it's free. And the judges or the PwC, how this is scrutinized more on their submission based on the real thing that they've done, the contribution that they've done, individual contribution, government contribution, company contribution, things like that. So that make it really different and very credible. You cannot buy it, but you need to earn it. But even though you're also a very well-known individual or organization, if you did not submit the proper submissions, you won't get the enough points too. So they always based on what you submit, and the responsibility of PwC is really scrutinizing every details that been submitted. And you can do that for absolutely free.
How did you prepare for this, including the sponsors behind this, and also working with the Board of Judges?
To mount an event like this, it will take you at least 1 year. Like for example, right after the Asia Awards 2014, we already start thinking, or even before finishing the 2014, we're already planning for 2015. What's the theme, what's the vision, and why we're doing that, things like that. And then when you have that kind of plan, right, then you can work on who will be the good sponsors to really collaborate with that. The mission or what the organizations do, and that category has to be congruent. And then when you explain that, they're so happy to support. And then same thing also with the judges. Judges are very strict, very credible, and we explain that also very advanced. And us behind the door, we are the one doing all the little things, small thing, but it's big them for them. And that's how they do. PwC is a very big contribution because by just auditing, scrutinizing every submission, that's a very tough thing. So the whole team working so hard by making this kind of events. So basically, what's the big picture here are the judges, the sponsors, and PwC.
Para naman sa mga maliliit na negosyante, Miss Rebecca, baka isipin nila ang Asia CEO Awards ay para lang sa mga malalaking negosyo. Paano nakakatulong ang Asia CEO Awards para sa mga MSMEs na siyang backbone ng ating ekonomiya ngayon?
Mga kababayan, you don't have to be a CEO na maging talagang you're making a lot of money. Kahit na tindera lang tayo, nagtitinda tayo sa palengke, or nag-agriculture tayo, as long as you're doing the right thing at yung pagbabago na ginagawa nyo, submit that. Ipakita nyo. Gawin nyo kung ano yung tama. Pag ginawa nyo yan at isubmit nyo ang tama, you know what, that's opportunity for you, especially for the entrepreneurship. Like a few years ago, I think 2019, when Bang Bang Bangus won. At look, anong ginawa niya? Nag-create lang siya na magtinda ng bangus na mga parang daing na home service dahil sa pandemic. And look what happened. Ang dami niyang franchise because of that. So mga kababayan, don't belittle yourself, but think bigger kasi you will be shocked kung ano magiging outcome doon. So trust yourself, believe in yourself, and do the work. Pag ginawa niyo ang trabaho, everything's possible. And that's connected with the ACCO Awards.
Why would CEOs and companies join next year's 2025 Asia CEO Awards?
Of course, everybody, not only the organization, individual, you should join because you know what? The vision by making Philippines first world, we cannot do it alone. But together, if we help one another, we can definitely make Philippines a first world country in 2040 for the sake of saving the next generation. Mabuhay tayong lahat.
That's Miss Rebecca Bustamante of the Asia CEO Awards. Open for Business. We'll be back. Stay with us. Open for Business is back, and with me is one of the awardees of the Asia CEO Awards, Mr. Mac Fojas. Mac, we know that the Asia CEO Awards is celebrating its 15th year. It has been that long. So how do you feel that you are one of the awardees?
Well, I feel so proud, and I'm here to represent the Filipino talents because that's our purpose, that's our objective, to promote the Filipino talent globally. And yes, I'm very honored to be in this event.
We know that there are a lot of categories in the Asia CEO Awards. What specific category have you been nominated for?
We are in technology, so appropriately the Tech Blazer of the Year award.
We noticed that technology, especially with the big four and all that. Why do you think that your company's role in the development of businesses here in the Philippines should be given that priority?
It is very important now that we look at technology, especially with the advent of AI.
Yeah.
We are right there in the middle of it. We are heavy now on AI. This is a very, very new technology. Everybody's into AI. So the worst thing you can do with AI is not doing anything about it. Just sitting on the fence and not doing about it, that's the worst thing you can do with AI. So we are there. We are in AI, and we're probably one of the leading firms here in the Philippines that's concentrated on AI. But of course, that's not the only one that we're doing. We're into legacy systems, we are into current systems, and the future is really AI.
Pero Mac, marami din ang kinakabahan pagdating sa artificial intelligence. Kasi
Absolutely.
parang sinasabi nila, when you have artificial intelligence, it
Absolutely.
replaces human talent. So, what is it that you can tell or assure the viewers of Open for Business why AI should still relevant,
Yes.
but it doesn't necessarily replace the human talent?
Unfortunately,
It will.
how do I say this?
Sige.
Because I'm in the BPO industry, right?
Okay.
So, we are part of the BPO industry, on the IT side of the BPO industry. And back then, like just a year ago, I thought BPO will have a slow death. But
Yeah.
now, I think it's going to be fast, furious, and sudden. And it's going to happen in the next 2 years. And 5 years from now, probably we'll just get 10% of the BPO business. Everything will be AI, machines, unfortunately. So we have to be prepared. The Philippines has to be prepared. We have to be prepared. Talagang dapat.
Okay, that's very insightful. Now, we know that with artificial intelligence, as you mentioned, if you will not go into that, you will be left behind,
Yes.
diba? Pero the ones who are not necessarily using AI now can actually reskill or somehow
Now.
transform,
Okay.
their companies into taking AI.
There are 3 major components of AI.
Okay.
What you need in the business. Second is the data. And third is the technology. Those are the 3 basic components of AI. What you want to do in business, of course, the business owner, they will know that. The data will belong to the business owner. Technology, we can handle that. To us, that's the easy part actually. The technology is the easy part. But the challenges is not really in technology. The challenges is really on data security. It's, are you willing to share your data and the legality of it? And what if the AI does not bring you the right result? There's such thing called as hallucination. So these are the problems of AI. It's not a perfect science yet now, but we have to be there. Everybody should be there.
All right, I am young, I'm a Gen Z, so I'm so proud to stand right next to the Young Leader of the Year, Mr. Leonard G. Gaboling. Congratulations!
Thank you very much po.
Wow, you are, relatively young. How did you achieve such an amazing award?
Sabi ko nga po kanina, determination lang po sa buhay. Basta lahat ng gagawin kapag may determinasyon, magtatagumpay po talaga.
Tell me one thing na natutunan mo sa naging guardians mo, kaya ka nandito ngayon.
Maging matatag sa buhay. Kahit na anong challenges ang dumating sa buhay, dapat maging matatag tayo. Kasi kapag nalagpasan natin yung mga challenges na yan, lahat yan ay magbubunga ng tagumpay. Yes po.
So So inspiring. Isa pang advice para sa mga kabataan natin para ma-follow ang inyong footsteps.
Huwag titigil na maghangad ng mataas. Sabi pa nga ng waray, padayon lang.
What does it feel to be nominated itself? It's a big deal for sure. What does it mean to you?
Very unexpected na syempre nakasali kami since we started really from scratch. So I'm really glad to be one of the nominees and winners of the Entrepreneur of the Year. Kasi sa tingin ko yun talaga yung swak dun sa business namin na category. Ayun.
You know, you've mentioned starting from scratch. In this generation, starting from scratch is a struggle na, like in any aspect. So how did you start? What pushed you to start?
Actually, way back 2016, mas mahirap talaga when starting a business because you don't have any guide, walang YouTube, walang any platforms for you to be able to know how to start your own business. So, I really depended on myself kung paano ko i-start. Parang from scratch talaga, parang from applying for permits, IPO. So, yun talaga yung parang ginawa ko, baby steps, talagang unti-unti. So, ngayon kasi it's much easier na to start your own business like me na gantong 20s nagsa-start na. I started when I was 23 years old. So that was really my goal na after I graduate dapat hindi na ako empleyado. So that's really a goal na talagang sinet ko in mind.
So inspiring. Please tell me about Chismosa's product. Like, how did it start? Are you passionate about this product?
Actually, my initial concept was to start my own food cart business na pancake. But then, ang may kwento pa nga nung pinapresent ko siya sa mom ko, she said na parang hindi siya papato kasi pancakes, marami na they have. Di ba marami ng similar concepts. Then, suddenly, may nakita akong video ng mozzarella sticks sa Facebook randomly.
Yeah.
Then, dun ko nakuha yung idea. Then, when I told my mama, gusto ko parang mozzarella sticks concept, pinayagan na niya. Kasi siya yung nag-capital kasi. Sa mall ko kasi siya, balak talaga ilagay. That's why I really need capital na medyo malaki. Pero we're not really a rich family. Ano talaga kami, parang my mom was employed parang for many years. Tapos parang sabi ko pag-ipunan mo kasi parang hindi tayo pwede nag-empleyado lang talaga. And still, we're the first and only mozzarella sticks food stand here in the Philippines. And we already have around 70 branches. And
I gotta try your mozzarella sticks.
around 60 plus branches are company owned. So
Congratulations!
Thank you. And we're handling 100 plus employees. All are directly employed talaga sa amin. And from the beginning, we've been giving them the right benefits. Kasi before 2016, uso yung endo. But never kami nagkaroon ng endo. Lahat complete benefits, minimum.
Yeah.
So, yun siguro yung reason why the company is very blessed until now. Yeah.
I love that. You know, one thing that I've learned from you is to never settle with wherever you are because that's how you actually grow and move on in life.
Yeah, parang ayoko kasi maging empleyado talaga. Sorry kasi parang nasi-stress ako, so I wanna be my own boss. So it will really start from that.
Love that. We love a girl boss.
Yeah.
SM is already a household name, di ba? Here in the Philippines.
Yes.
But it's almost equivalent to consumer items, spending, di ba? But here you are, with the foundation, you give back to the community with your CSR initiatives. Paano po kakaiba? How different are the CSR initiatives of SM compared to the others that we see?
Well, you see, ang lahat naman ng mga offering CSR programs, they're unique one way or the other. I would say our uniqueness is in staying close to the teachings of Mr. Henry C. Sr. When he started SM Foundation, that was about maybe 40 years ago. He first started with the usual donations to NGOs, to civil groups. 30 years ago, he established our first program, which is the education program, because he felt, he's such a believer that education is a great equalizer. So, with the conditions in our country, he thought that investing in education is one sure way by which we can help alleviate poverty. And so he thought of establishing the college scholarship program. So we started with about 100 college scholars because he believed that in order to be successful at the time, he was in the business of selling shoes. He sold a pair of shoes to every Filipino, to each Filipino, he would be successful. But then and then, he decided to use that same philosophy when he put up the foundation. If he invested in the college education of just one member of a marginalized family, that person would be the one to get the family out of poverty.
It has multiplier effect na.
Yes, indeed. He was proven right.
So how many scholars do you have now from 100 to?
Currently, we have over 1,000 scholars,
Wow.
college scholars all over the country, but we have already accumulated about 5,000 graduates.
Wow.
And they've all joined the group of working, they've joined the mainstream, and some of them working with SM.
Yeah, so it's not necessarily that they enter or they go to SM. So they're free to also
yes,
go to
there's no
different
condition.
industries and companies.
Yes, there are 1,001 job opportunities for them, but they're also working in other companies here and abroad.
Do you plan to expand it, and are there plans to also venture into
other programs?
Other programs?
Oh, yes,
I'm sure
yes.
hindi lang education yan, di ba?
Yes, we're into health also.
Health.
There are several health centers that were put up by our health program, and there's the health and then medical missions as well are conducted yearly, and there's a mobile health unit that goes around the country that provides basic health services, x-rays, blood exams, and other laboratory exams for free, and these are conducted nationwide. We're committed to what we learned from the founder. And by the way, it's not only the health. We also have livelihood programs. We're training rural and urban farmers into modern ways of farming. And we also have we call this Operation Tulong Express. You know, during calamities, we are mandated to be the first there to be extending our services to victims of calamities.
So diversity, it's something that we really push now in our modern day. What steps did you take as a company to push through and promote diversity?
I think we did not push anything at all at first. We were a young company. That means we are really open-minded at the very first. So it really didn't matter to us what gender you are. What we care about is what we can give in the label.
So as a company, we are looking into more on consumer experience. So we will be working together with the whole team actually, making sure that your shopping experience as a user will have like a fast delivery, more good return and refunds, and ensuring that the quality of the products are actually good.
IBM is no longer the IBM that we know many years back, and technology is also transforming, and IBM is one of the primary companies that has transformed the industry not only here in the Philippines but globally. What to you, sir, is the role of IBM in general as far as these technological innovations are concerned?
I think IBM, if you look at it, we started in 1911, and there has been an era of several technological innovations that we have really driven and led from the front. Over the years, I would say the role that IBM has played is to improve the lives of all the citizens, improve the quality of life and make the world a better place to live, right? So these technological innovations have helped doing that. So starting with the typewriters, if you recall, today we have got our own Watson X, which is the AI and data platform for the business, right? Top of the world today. And I think the IBM stock price reflects it all.
You are at the helm, and this is, I think, one of the most prestigious awards, the most prestigious category in all the list, the CEO of the year. We cannot help but ask for your leadership style. What is it, and why do you think it has impact in your winning CEO of the Year?
See, I came over to the Philippines 5 years back. I didn't know much about the country and the culture. Like the most important thing is to really get yourself immersed into the culture of the country and play to the strengths and the niche areas where this country specializes in. I think that's what I leveraged upon. But most importantly, you have to be a people person to succeed in this country. I call myself half Filipino. I'm Indian by citizen, but pretty much adopted Filipino as my functional citizenship.
You've been in a lot of parts of the world already. You've seen a lot of cultures. How different is the Filipino worker, and how do you motivate or inspire the Filipinos?
I think Filipinos start slow on anything, but the moment they trust you that this is for their own benefit, this is for the benefit of the country, they really give it 100%.
Wow.
So I think slow start, but once they give it, they are absolutely committed.
I'm sure as CEO, you faced a lot of challenges as well. So can you cite at least maybe one or two challenges as CEO, and how were you able to overcome those challenges?
I think for a CEO, it's a juggling of three major parameters, right? One is our clients, our people, and our business parameters, right? All the three have to succeed. You cannot prioritize one over the other. If I prioritize too much on people, maybe I'll compromise on the business side of it. Right?
Okay.
If I prioritize too much on the clients, I might actually compromise on what my people really need to do. So trying to juggle between the three was a big challenge during the COVID times.
So that's
right?
Clients, people,
and the business.
The business.
Yeah, the business would be your profitability, your revenue, right? All of that, right? So you can't really compromise on any of the three. So how do you maintain the triangle, a true triangle, which is equally kind of angles, right, amongst each of them, is something which is the main part of my job. Right?
You can say it's really a balance. You don't put a hierarchy on it.
I never prioritize one or the other. I always ensure that all the three are equally important in any decision that I take. Right? I won't push my people too hard to do something which, if the client is unreasonable in their ask, I won't push too hard just because I've got a metric to hit my profitability targets, to kind of push my people hard. I won't do that, right? I will ensure there's the right balance, and that's what I ensure, end up talking to my leadership also, is that how to ensure what the expectation out of this center is balanced. I think that's my job.
Secretary, you are one of the primary architects now of the Philippine economy, and we see great numbers in terms of the Philippine economy and the impact of this economic team. The policies that you make are giving so much great positivity with the Filipino people. What's your outlook as we continue more of these initiatives in terms of the policies that you present to government and the Filipino people?
Well, first of all, we're following the Philippine Development Plan of our President Bongbong Marcos. And nandun naman yung plano, sinusundan lang natin yan. We're funding the programs. Yan ang pangunahing trabaho ng Department of Finance. We spend 15.8 billion a day. I have to generate 11.8 billion a day in revenues, and we borrow roughly 4 billion a day. And like I said, to be able to finance the budget, we have a medium-term fiscal framework plan na dapat sinusundan. We cannot max out, so to speak, the Philippine National Credit Card. And we have to make investments in productive areas like infrastructure, human resource development, particularly education and healthcare. So yun ang ginagawa natin. And the fruit of this effort in the last 2 years, we've been growing by roughly 6.1%. One of the highest, if not one of the highest in the world, one of the highest in the region, I think number 2, and one of the highest in the world. But we continue to do this, and in the last 2 years, because of this growth rate, we've been able to reduce poverty incidence by 2 million. We now have roughly about 50 million people employed. Inflation is going down. And we follow this plan. By 2028, we would be able to reduce poverty incidence by another 8 million. So yan ang ginagawa natin. And I'm glad to work with the excellent people in the Department of Finance. Sila naman talaga yung mga workhorse ng ating gobyerno. At ako natutuwa ako that I'm working with very bright people also in the economic cluster and in the Department of Finance.
Sir, we also see a lot of data comparing the growth of the Philippine economy to the Asian countries. And they say that, of course, we are one of the fastest growing and we have better marks. Do you think, sir, this will continue? And how are the geopolitical happenings in the region also affecting this growth?
Yeah, I'm very much optimistic that we will continue our growth sustainably. You are correct that we have challenges. You have geopolitical tensions. You have a war in the Middle East na parang lumalaki yan. So these are external headwinds at dahil dyan, posibleng tumaas ang presyo ng langis. No? So pinaghahandaan naman natin lahat to. Lucky for us, masisipag yung mga kababayan. We have a demographic sweet spot. Our people are young, masisipag ang mga Pilipino. Marami tayong entrepreneurs. This room today is full of entrepreneurs, right? Okay. So sila naman ang tunay na dahilan why the economy is growing. We're pretty much optimistic at alam natin may mga hamon na parating. Nakahanda naman ang Pilipinas.
May mga comments din po na minsan kahit na maganda yung GDP natin, pero katulad ng sinasabi ng iba, hindi pa rin maramdaman ng karaniwang tao yung figure. Paano ba na ipaparamdam din sa mga karaniwang Pilipino yung GDP growth?
Yes, yes. Alam mo, when I look at the surveys, may mga maraming klaseng survey, no? Palagay ko sa pagdating ng rise inflation, hindi maganda. At medyo tumaas ang presyo ng bigas. Pero ngayon, pababa na yan. Okay? Sa mga survey na nakita ko, sa lahat ng programa ng gobyerno, liban sa inflation, pasado. Okay? At doon sa mga survey na nakikita ko rin, kung ang tao ba'y optimistic sa buhay niya. I think a great majority of our people are optimistic that life will get better. Yun ang pinakamahalaga. Nakakausap ko yung maraming tao, mas maraming nagsasabi, malaki ang pag-asa nila na mas gaganda pa ang buhay nila. So if you take a look at that, palagay ko, nararamdaman din ng mga kababayan natin. Hindi pa lahat. Like I said, the statistics shows that poverty, we've been able to reduce poverty by roughly 2 million. Uplift people's lives by about 2 million. Ang inflation rate natin ngayon, noong September, bumaba ng 1.9%. Pero for the full year, mga 3.4% pa rin yan. Mas gusto ko pa bumaba yan. No? Dahil pag bumaba yan, bababa ang interest rate. Pag binawasan natin yung interest, mas lalo lalago ang ekonomiya, mas maraming trabaho maibibigay, mas tataas yung income ng tao.
I cannot help but ask this question, ano po ang magiging impact ng nalalapit na eleksyon sa ating bayan? Dahil alam naman natin, pag may eleksyon, talaga tumataas po ang economic activity. What's the impact?
Makakatulong yan sa paglugo ng ekonomiya. I think consumption will go up because of the elections. No? So yun ang isang impact sa ekonomiya natin. No? Iikot yung pera, magkakaroon ng panggastos ng tao. So positive yan para sa ating ekonomiya. Dagdag pa dyan, palagay ko, napakahalaga ng eleksyon. Dahil tayo ay nabubuhay sa demokrasya, mahalaga ang eleksyon sa atin. Ano? People will be able to vote kung sa tingin nila ay maganda ang patakbo ng ating administrasyon.
Marami na po kayong mga awards. Paano po kakaiba ang award na ito sa inyo?
Ngayon lang ako nakatanggap ng Lifetime Achievement Award. Palagay ko, bata pa ako para magkaroon ng life. Parang gusto na nila akong ipag-retire. Pero talo-talo ako sa asawa ko. Mas maraming award pa rin ang asawa ko.
Okay po. Maraming
okay,
salamat.
thank you. Mabuhay kayo, ha?
This is basically a milestone because we are celebrating the 15th year of the Asia CEO Awards. In a nutshell, can you describe your journey?
Well, the interesting thing is it's really the story of Philippines, because that's what we're highlighting, of course. It was a smaller enterprise years ago, and we had a hard time finding really good quality companies to highlight. Now there's so many, diverse in every industry you can think of, project management and IT services and people doing food cooking, but really, really successful, exporting and growing, and it's really, really exciting, Cesar, to see the change that has happened in this economy. It's tremendous.
I was there, Net25 was there when you had this media launch, and what was really striking there was the theme, Fortune favors the Philippines. Can you talk more about how you came up with that theme for this year's celebrations?
Because we want Filipinos to be bold as possible. Fortune favors the bold is what most people hear, but fortune really does favor the Philippines. Very few economies grow as fast as Philippines and as sustainable as Philippines. All over the world, you know, countries in the past that did well, China has been a fantastic company and growing over the years, but they're slowing. And many other countries are slowing. Europe and Japan, and they're all looking for a place to go that's next. And that place is Philippines most of all. So there's big opportunities coming the next 15, 20, even 25 years. So we got to get Filipinos geared up, building their skills, and thinking boldly about their future. You know, not just doing successful within a small little area, and not just national, but thinking globally. So longer version the way, but that's what it is.
Yes, and the economic figures are doing well. So I think, can you somehow give some attribution to these, you know, to all the efforts of the Asia CEO Awards also? And what specific achievements do you think have you imparted to the smaller businesses? Because we saw that there's a mixture of both large enterprise and MSMEs. Some of the awardees are not really big ones initially, but we see how you also took care, or you promoted these small businesses, and now, you know, they have graduated from small to medium and even large ones.
Sure, and we've worked with quite a number of smaller companies that become large, and we see that many of them do get exposure to other people, investors and other people through our events. So how many stories of this, but I don't know if you remember, have you ever heard of Bang Bang Bangus, for instance?
I think so, yeah.
A couple of years ago, they won one of the awards, Entrepreneur, SME, something like that. At the event, people came up at the event to say, I want to buy one of your franchises. Tell me how to do this. I want to go. So that group that had, I don't know, 10, 12 little franchise things before the event, a year later, they're over 100.
Wow.
Now, I'm not saying we're the only reason for that, certainly not, but I know they said, you really helped us a lot. So I'm pleased that, you know, we have more and more stories like this. So we really want to promote these young companies to help them go big.
Big and bold words from the man of the hour himself, Mr. Richard Mills of the Asia CEO Awards. Open for business. We'll be back. Stay tuned.
Isang engrandeng okasyon ang ginanap ng Levex International para ipagdiwang ang patuloy na paglago ng kumpanya, hindi lamang sa pagbebenta ng produkto, kundi sa pagbuo ng isang komunidad ng mga Pilipinong malusog at matagumpay.
Congratulations sa Levex International sa ginanap na ground launching. History po yung ginawa namin kasi na span of 1 year, no? Umabot kami ng almost 10,000 distributor, Luzon, Visayas, Mindanao.
Hindi lamang kalusugan ang ibinibigay ng Levex International sa kanilang mga kliyente. Sa patuloy na pag-usbong ng kanilang negosyo, maraming mga Pilipino ang nakaranas ng pagbabago, hindi lang sa kanilang kalusugan, kundi pati na rin sa kanilang kabuhayan.
Pag effective yung ating produkto, maraming nagpapatotoo, may mga testimonies. So maraming testimonies, ang tao pinipili talaga yung produktong nakakatulong, nakakagaling. Ito yung barley. Huwag basta-basta barley, dapat Supreme Pure Organic Barley.
Maraming distributor ang nagsalaysay ng kanilang kwento ng tagumpay mula sa pagiging simpleng may bahay, estudyante at empleyado. Marami ang naging ganap na negosyante. Dahan-dahang naaabot ang kanilang mga pangarap at ambisyon sa tulong ng Levex.
Nagpapasalamat kami sa Levex dahil ito ang opportunity na talagang kung susubukan mo, gaganda yung buhay mo.
Na-enjoy namin yung buhay namin dito sa Levex. Kaya halika kayo.
Nag-i-enjoy ka na, kumikita ka pa.
Okay, hindi ako huminto sa pag-endorse ng products namin, which is ito yung Supreme Alkaline Barley namin. So, go lang ako ng go hanggang sa na-achieve ko tong Gold Executive Tower.
Ang selebrasyong ito ay para i-flex ng Levex ang kanilang masisipag na distributors na galing pa sa iba't ibang panig ng bansa. Mula sa silver at gold executives, kinilala din ng Levex ang kanilang global ambassadors at Millionaires Club members.
Masarap lang na may isang company or may isa kaming ginagawa buong family. And we're all earning until hanggang dun sa 21-year-old son ko. May sarili siyang pera through Levex.
Ako yung the first global ambassador. First. Pero sino lang ba ako? Second year high school. Hindi pala sa pinag-aralan yung sa ganitongganisyo. Sipag lang. Tsaka basta maganda yung product.
In 20 days, yun, nahit namin yung 1 million income ng company. So, talagang maganda yung nangyayari.
Puno ng magagandang pangyayari ang gabi ng grand launching dahil hitik sa sorpresa ang buong seremonya ng Levex. Lalo na nang i-anunsyo ang nanalo sa pinaka-aabangang grand prize raffle na BMW. Napanalunan ng broadcaster at anchor ng programang Saganang Mamamayan na si Jen Soberjaga ang grand prize. Sa bawat hakbang ng pag-unlad ng Levex International, patuloy ang pangako nito na susuportahan ang bawat distributor at retailer. Sila ay hindi lamang isang kumpanya sa pagnenegosyo, kundi isang partner sa pag-abot ng tagumpay ng bawat Pilipino.
That's it for this week. Catch us again next Sunday as we bring you more highlights from the Asia CEO Awards 2024. Catch us too on Facebook and YouTube. Like and subscribe on our social media page at Net25TV. We will bring you more insights from industry experts, thought leaders, CEOs, and featured SMEs. Together, let us help encourage business development in the Philippines. Sharpen your business acumen, feel the pulse, and set the trend for as long as you're informed and open for business. Ito po si Cesar Vallejos. Marami pong salamat.